How you doing, guys? This is Boxing Knowledge, and I decided to make a video about Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the greatest defensive boxers of all time. One of the greatest boxers of all time. I'm making this video because I question his claim to greatness in the pound for pound rankings. He claims to be the best pound for pound boxer of all time. He flamboyantly says all the time that he is the greatest, and you know, and he doesn't understand why people question him, why people criticize him, and he guys, I was listening to an a podcast from Kieran Mulvaney. Okay, all of us in the boxing community, especially who use ESPN boxing as one of the sources for information, know who Kieran Mulvaney is. Very respected sports writer within our community of boxing, and he said something interesting. He said that Floyd Mayweather Jr. honestly doesn't understand why people criticize him. He just doesn't get it. He feels he has nothing left to prove. I mean, he says it, but he's just in denial. He doesn't think outside the box. He doesn't get why us boxing enthusiasts criticize his claim to fame. His claim to greatness. He's one of the greatest of all time. Yes, I mean, guys, I detest this man as a person, but I am just marveled, to say the least, by his boxing ability. I rank him number 3, the number 3 defensive boxer of all time in my book, right behind Willie Pep at 2, and at number 1, Pernell Whitaker. Of course, this is my opinion. Let's look at his skills. He's a very, very, very fast puncher. He's a very extremely accurate puncher. No one's been able to really tag him good. His head movement is phenomenal. Like I've mentioned in my other video, Mayweather versus Marquez, his defense is impregnable. So no one's been able to catch him in a fight 3 or 4 times flush on the jaw. But as far as I'm concerned, I believe he's got a decent chin. His body is not suspect at all. People say that Jose Luis Castillo beat him that first fight. I happen to agree with that analysis, but I do not believe there's a blueprint to beat Floyd Mayweather Jr. I believe that will not be established until someone actually does. And you figure, okay, well, Castillo, beat him. I do believe that he beat him. I scored that fight for Castillo. But, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was injured. And Jose Luis Castillo won it, but not by more than maximum 2 points. So it was a very close fight. On top of that, Floyd Mayweather Jr. adjusts. He was injured, and we saw in the second fight that he just totally manhandled Castillo. There's no blueprint to beat Floyd Mayweather Jr. That whole cutting off the ring thing, and it worked that one time where Floyd Mayweather Jr. was injured, and that's it. What else is there to say about this man? He's very extremely arrogant and cocky, rightfully so. He's a wonderful boxer. The purest boxer I've ever seen. Phenomenal jab. Hooks are beautiful. His foot movement is just second to none. His defense today in boxing is second to none. He's a privilege and a joy to watch in the ring. A lot of mainstream spectators might not enjoy a defensive style boxer, but I do. I'm very fortunate to have seen him in my generation. But I question his claim to greatness. I question his claim to being the best pound for pound fighter of all time. And I'd like to close the video by stating my reasons why. This is a guy who came out of retirement to face a lightweight. He is a welterweight, guys. I know you've heard this argument before, but I gotta say it. Why didn't he just come out and face Sugar Shane Mosley? I mean, Sugar Shane Mosley's stock skyrocketed through the roof when he destroyed Antonio Margarito. I mean, that's all of us in the boxing community know that. That's all we heard was Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley, as soon as he beat Margarito. He could have came out and faced him, a welterweight. He could have faced him for the title. He claims that Sugar Shane Mosley's not a pay-per-view attraction, but Floyd Mayweather Jr. has so much drawing power that it would have been just as big as Mayweather Marquez. Mosley, Mayweather. Mayweather didn't want to fight Mosley. You know, Mayweather never wanted to fight Winky Wright. They offered $8 million. They offered Mayweather $8 million to fight Margarito. He didn't want to fight Margarito. You know. Then he offered him the same thing to fight Carlos Baldomir. He'd rather face Baldomir than to face Margarito. He could have fought Cotto. He didn't fight Cotto. Floyd, he's just, in my opinion, only fights people that he knows he can beat. He doesn't test himself like Mosley. We don't have anyone out there right now like Mosley. Mosley will literally fight the best of the best. Well, you could always say, oh, well, Mosley doesn't want to fight Paul Williams. Paul Williams is not a welterweight anymore. You know? I mean, they say you can flow back and forth from 160 to 147, but, you know, he's not going to come down to 147 anymore. So, yeah, guys, leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe. He's one of the greatest of all time. I cannot deny that. But if you really notice, he doesn't face the best. It's a shame because he is so good. He's one of the best. He doubts himself. You know, how can someone that good, that scary, good, be afraid to take on the best of the best? I don't know. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe.